What's going on, guys? Coming back at y'all with another Wizards video. Now, the Wizards officially kicked off their season against the Knicks on Monday with the first preseason game. And I wanted to talk about why I believe the Wizards will be an exciting team to watch this year. So let's get into it. Now, the Wizards aren't projected to really do anything this year. And that's fine. Now, can they surprise and potentially be in a fight for the eighth seed? Maybe. But I want to talk about something other than that. I want to talk about what the Wizards have created and built with the new front office and all the new front office changes with Tommy Shepard and Taylor Yosis and the culture that they're trying to build coming into the season and with this new Wizards franchise. Now, I believe the Wizards have done a good job of getting cheap contracts, 1-year contracts, not holding themselves down to anything financially. Mahimni is coming off the books after this season and really trying to establish something and have a direction for the fan base. Now, of course, you have your main guy in Bradley Beal. John Wall is still hurt. He could potentially miss the whole season. You got your guy you're trying to build around in Bill, who is a great person, a great man, and a grinder and a baller on the court. And you put around him a lot of young guys. You got Mo Wagner. You got the rookie, Rui Hachimura. You got the second-year player, Troy Brown Jr. You got a lot of young talent that's ready to work and who are very impressionable. Did I forget Thomas Bryant? I don't want to forget Thomas Bryant if I didn't say him already. That's my guy. You got a lot of impressionable talent, and when you have a guy like Bradley Beal at the top who works hard and plays hard and wants to compete, that is nothing but good at the end of the day for the Wizards organization. You also have veterans. You have Isaiah Thomas, who's hurt at the moment, but you have guys like him. You have guys like Davis Bertans, who got traded over from the Spurs, a knockdown three-point shooter. You got other young guys like Garrison Matthews, who had a nice showing against the Knicks. Could seem like he could play maybe that JJ Redick role, coming off screens, shooting threes with a quick release. You got a lot of things that you can come into the season and look at other than just, is this team going to make the playoffs, or is this team going to truly be good? You have to be realistic with it. Now, what you would rather see is a team that may not be the best, but competes and plays hard, rather than a team like we've seen in the past with the past Wizards teams that kind of are supposed to be good, but it seemed like they just gave up. It seemed like they didn't care. And then you lose to the Toronto Raptors when you fall to the 8th seed in the first round. So I would rather see a team like this where they're young, they're scrappy, they're playing hard, they're fighting hard. And we also get to see the development of the players as the season goes along. You get to see the development of Thomas Bryant. You get to see the development of Hachimura. You get to potentially see Isaiah Thomas try to recapture his glory days of with the Boston Celtics. There's a lot of different things that you can look at with this team and take away and say, oh, this may actually be an entertaining season, no matter what the record says or what the record shows. Now, of course, you have Bradley Beal and you have the trade speculation. You have the contract extension talk and the deadline October 21st. But regardless of all that, you got a guy who's going to be fighting to get all NBA, to potentially get the Supermax contract from the Wizards, whether hopefully he can stay here or whether sadly if it's somewhere else. You got a guy who averaged 25, 5, and 5 last season, who took on the role with no John Wall, taking on all that pressure of being the main attention, the main attraction of other teams and the focus of other teams of trying to stop him and get the ball out of his hands. Now, you got a guy who probably worked on facilitating more, knowing that he's going to have to set up his teammates to get buckets more than just focusing on him getting buckets because his role has changed. And you got a guy who's probably going to improve from that 25-5-5, because sky's the limit. He's in the prime of his career right now. The guy's a hustler. The guy's a grinder. The guy's the type of guy you want to lead this Wizards culture that Leonsis and Shepard are trying to create. It's going to be a very entertaining season. I think the Wizards may not be the best, but I think they're going to fight. I think they're going to be young. They're going to have that good mixture of some veterans, of some youth. I think it'll definitely be some bad games and some times where us as the fans have to understand that, hey, we knew this year wasn't going to be the greatest. We knew we weren't really going to contend this year. So don't get too angry if some losing streaks start popping off or if the team get blew out. You have to be realistic with the expectations of the team. And you have to realize that, hey, it may be bad right now, but for the first time in a long time, it looks like the Wizards actually have a direction. It seems like Taylor Leonsis has established a front office of multiple people, and with Tommy Shepard and others, they have a direction in place that they want to go. Have somewhere that they're trying to, a destination that they're trying to land at. You know, and for their sakes, they have to, especially if they're trying to retain Bradley Beal and keep him in town and not have him demand a trade or leave in free agency. They have to show some type of direction with the franchise. And at the moment, it looks like they're doing that. They've gathered a lot of young talent, they haven't put any heavy contracts on the books. These are all good things to see, and I'm looking forward to the season. You know, a lot of times things are more than just wins and losses, especially when you know a team is probably not going to be that good. So you have to look for the other little things within the team, like the players and the direction, to find some type of excitement or other things to get excited about. And I think the Wizards will be a very exciting team this year. So that's all I got for y'all today. I'll be back with the reviews after games. And I was thinking about starting up a podcast, honestly. But we'll see. We'll talk about that later. Until next time, I'm out.
Georgie.